Hello, my friends, and welcome back. So, it's going to be a short one today. Now, I'm going to start having this segment where I answer questions for people rather than going through a long dialogue. Remember, the title of this channel is Ask an Older Man. Now, I've been educating you guys on a lot of long videos recently. And seriously, I feel that there has to be a lot of education that I can't put in 1 minute videos. However, I still need to answer questions because that's what this show is about. This channel is all about asking an older man. So before I go on, guys, subscribe. You know how this works. Come on. Subscriptions cost nothing. And if you hit that notification bell and watch more of my content, it costs you nothing, but you gain knowledge. Yes, you gain life knowledge. All right, so hit that subscribe button for me, guys, and watch more of my long form content. And of course, let's have a discussion because that's the only way we can solve a lot of life problems. Discussion, talking to each other. This is the problem. I feel that our society is just talking across each other. You know, men are talking here, women jumping up here, and everybody's looking for this. I'm the best, and you should listen to me, and it's all about me, 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 me. Nobody looks at the big picture anymore. That's the problem that we're facing. But that's a whole lot of discussion. This video came across my feed this morning. I want to address this one.
I am a female, and I'm struggling with a major dilemma. I used to have a male best friend who has an identical twin brother. We was always real close. He was always there for me when I needed him. His twin used to always hit on me. I used to think it was weird because they look so much alike, but after a while, the twin became my boyfriend. Eventually, I ended up being in a deep relationship with him, but during a rough patch, we had a temporary breakup for 1 month, and his brother was there to support me through those dark times, and I ended up cheating with my male best friend and messed around and got pregnant. Sadly, my male best friend passed away before our child was born. I never had the courage to tell my boyfriend that our child is really his brother's child. I know I could probably live this life forever because even if we took a DNA test, it'll probably come up a match because they were brothers. But the guilt is killing me. I feel like my son deserves to know who his real father is, and my boyfriend deserves the truth. But I don't want to ruin the legacy and reputation of my best friend by revealing that he cheated with me. What should I do? That is crazy.
So the reason why that one is so deep is that ending. She didn't put it on her. She made it like, I don't want to ruin the brother's memory of his brother. So that's
he
where,
died a cheater and a deceptor.
right now, he died just like that was my, twins got super tight relationship.
Wow. All right. Listen, this is not much different than other people who have had secrets. How many stories that you've heard of, grandfathers dying, fathers dying, and all of a sudden another family that the immediate family didn't know about comes out of the woodworks to attend his funeral.
This is my family. My devoutly Catholic parents raised 8 kids in this tiny farmhouse before I came along.
Steve knew he was adopted, but always felt loved, especially by his siblings, including his brother Dennis.
You were paraded around like you wouldn't believe. We went everywhere. We went to every family reunion, every church event. Mom had a big commitment to putting you out there.
But there was a secret that everyone kept from Steve, a secret orchestrated by his family since birth.
It was an open secret. Everybody knew about it, but nobody talked about it.
It wasn't until Steve was 18 years old when he finally learned the truth.
I wasn't some random child, even though I fully believed I was adopted by strangers. But Don and Mary Jane weren't strangers. They were really my grandparents. And Joni, who I believed was my oldest sister, was my mother.
Some random kid comes out of nowhere to claim some of the inheritance that was written in a will that no one in the immediate family knew about. My point is, a lot of men go to their grave with secrets. A lot of women do as well. But in this particular instance, what I would like to say is when someone has an affair, when someone cheats, when someone does something that would kill the trust between either their spouse or other loved ones, that person who committed the crime, who committed the event, they have guilt, a lot of guilt, and it really eats away at them. Now, there's various types of people that handle guilt differently. Some people break, they'll off themselves. Guilt is a serious, serious problem. Some people will punish themselves, start doing drugs, drinking, mental breakdown. It kills them until they get it off their chest. That's why psychologists and people like me who listen to others, I listen to some pretty serious issues since I've started this channel over a year ago. And even before this, being a photographer, so many people confiding me. I'm telling you, there's certain professions that hear a lot of people's secrets. Hairdressers, nurses, nail technicians, anybody who is in the industry where you get up close and personal with individuals. Photographers, personal trainers, any one of those professions, people want to talk to you about their problems and their past and their secrets. Oh, I know about so many affairs from people that you wouldn't even imagine that would have an affair. But people confide in me because I keep my mouth shut. People trust me. I've always been like that. I keep my mouth shut. People tell me shit. I don't judge. I leave it alone. And that brings me to this major issue. You have to live with your guilt if it's going to hurt other people. Because what you're trying to do as the guilty person is to take your burden and throw it on the innocent party. You have to hold that, die with it. The DNA is going to come back and say, hey, yeah, you're an identical match. That's your father. So what sense does it make? For twins, usually, they don't really care about whose child it is. They know that they're one. And I'm saying that with a caveat, of course. Not all twins are like that. But they know that they come from the same seed and the same egg. Remember, it's all about preserving our own DNA. That's it. So if a twin knows that his own DNA is going to be passed on, regardless of whether it was shot from his other brother or him, his DNA, that's it. But the trust between the two siblings, why would she kill that just so that she could relieve herself of the burden? So if I was to give her advice, I would tell her, hold that to the grave. Your son isn't going to know the difference. If a medical problem comes up later in his life, it will clearly show that it was his father, his blood. Doesn't make any difference. She's trying to clear her conscience and throw it on another person. You don't throw that on the child, and you don't throw that on your existing husband. Leave that shit alone. Go to the grave with it. And this is why I tell women it is so serious a problem when women are promiscuous. It's a major, major problem. It's a lot bigger problem when women are promiscuous versus men. Yes, it's a double standard. You cannot be like men because men have to provide for the child. Women have to bear it. But listen, I don't want to get sidetracked. I want you guys to understand this one lesson about guilt. Take it to the grave if the secret is going to destroy other people just to save your ass. You're the cause of it. You deal with it. That's your burden to share. Let's read a few comments just to see what others have said. All right. I am Chris Latt said, man, eat that for life. No one deserves that truth. It will ruin too many lives. Yes, exactly. Devin Wade said, my brother died in February. I couldn't stand to find out that he slept with my wife and that my son wasn't mine. I wanted to die when he died. Finding out something like that, I would lose my memory of him, my girl and my kid at once. Probably would be the death of me. Yeah, it would kill the person who was innocent in this fact, meaning her husband. Leave it alone. Book Snob says, If they're identical twins, then genetically, it's his baby anyway. But this is mad foul. Yeah. The responsibility of a woman of opening and closing her legs. You ladies just don't understand how serious that is. Man. All right, just read one more. Overachiever said, too late now. It's on social media. It's going to go viral. Get back to whomever lost a twin brother, and it will get checked now. Give it a few. Yeah, that might happen. But the DNA will say, all she have to say, no, that's not you. The DNA will say it's his child. End of story. She could still keep up the lie. Checkmate. Freedom reigns supreme said, it should be honorable of her to tell the truth, regardless of what happens. But can't get mad because most women think like that. No. Honor in this situation is for her to keep her mouth shut. You guys got to understand, honor is much different than is a lot different than relieving yourself of the burden of guilt. There's something very honorable about keeping your mouth shut. The greatest honor is not to hurt another person, not to destroy another person. The greatest honor is you take the knife, you take the bullet, you put that and keep those swords in you. That is honor. For some reason, you guys think that honor is all about, just telling the truth. No. The biggest part of being honorable is not hurting another individual. Putting others before yourself, that is honor. Not relieving yourself of your burden based on the fact that you messed up. Please understand the difference. Okay, guys, like I said, this one's going to be short, but I hope you guys learned something today and understand the difference between being honorable and understanding the difference between getting guilt off your chest versus being honorable. And the best way to live life is not to hurt another human being. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Let's have a discussion, of course. And remember, always remember, whenever you're in doubt, always ask an older man. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.